Welcome back, my Brightsiders. How are we doing today? Oh, man. If this is your first time stumbling along my channel, well, thanks for tuning in, guys. If you watched several of my videos, you're even that much more awesome. Alright? Now, you guys came here because you wanted to learn the tips and tricks that are going to make you a better Call of Duty player, and by God, I'm gonna give it to you. Now before we start, I just wanted to show you my shirt. I'm a big Rick and Morty fan, so if any of you are out there, leave in the comments, Rick and Morty for life, thumbs it up. Look at this. Oh yeah! Ah, love this shirt. But anyway, let's get this started, shall we? First tip, guys, check your minimap. Please check your minimap. If you watch my videos, you can always see that I am constantly looking up to the left, seeing where my teammates are and where is the empty spaces on the map.
That U.S. Americans are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have maps.
Okay, now that doesn't always mean that these guys aren't going to be close to your players, but I'm always looking for those gaps because I know there's going to be at least one player in that area. Now, the next tip also falls in line with checking your minimap, and it's understanding spawn points. Knowing where and when they're going to spawn close to you is key. It is vital. To be a good Call of Duty player, you have to constantly be on alert for players coming at you. Okay? Now, something that falls in line with the spawn points is also you should always look at the bottom left hand corner as well to see, like, oh hey, I just saw 4 guys on their team just die. Guess what? They're probably going to be spawning in that area that nobody's around. So I'm going to go over that way. The third tip that I have for you guys is what is very important to at least me as a player, is understanding the little things in every Call of Duty game you play. In the past, 3-4 years of Call of Duty, it's been flying, so guess what? I took flying to my advantage. I switched my controller settings to a setting, I'll put it up on the video, called Stick and Move, where it just switches your right thumbstick and the A button. So using the right thumbstick to jump in the air and be able to fly and point and shoot at the same time is vital. Because if you think about it, if you're just using the A button, your right thumb is not able to go over that thumbstick in a decent amount of time that you need it to be. So that's one thing that you can change if you want to. And you have to understand the wall runs. You have to understand these maps and how they're played. Like, oh, is this a 3-way map where I have 3 different options I can go to get onto the other side of the map? Or a 2 or a 4-way? They're key. It is vital to know these things about the maps. So that also falls in line with spawn points. If you know the maps and you know the spawn points, oh boy, are you going to do good. You don't need to have perfect aim to be a good Call of Duty player. Now yes, it does help, it can help you, obviously, but you don't need to be 100% accurate all the time. You just need to know how to get into a gunfight, such as getting into a gunfight from the side instead of straight forward. If I know players are going to be crossing one path to another, I'm going to be at that one side where they're probably not going to be looking. And I'm going to hit them from the side and gain that quarter to half a second advantage, maybe even a full second advantage over these guys. It's about getting that first shot off, that first, second, third shot off before they get that one. You're going to win gunfights at least 90% more of the time if you get that first to second shot off. But that's a little thing that you can add. Now, also with knowing the maps is wall running. Wall running is, I'd say, it's not the most important, but it also has to do with flying, where if you know which walls you're able to run on, which you're not, you can sometimes sneak over enemy players that aren't paying attention to the vertical up top. Alright? You can come down and rain hell upon them.
Slithering. Watch out! Watch out! Watch out!
I'd say probably the second most important, and this is a big big one, okay? The biggest thing that you can just purely focus on the game is slow down. Slow down your gameplay. I know way too many people that are just like, I just don't have patience. I go in and I run and gun. And it's, unless you're like really good, like Mark and Jay, something like that, guess what? When you run in, just balls to the wall, you're probably going to get met by 2 to 3 players, and you're never ever going to win those gunfights. It's a rare occasion. I highly doubt it'll happen. But yeah, you have to slow down. Now, I'm not saying you can't move fast, but you have to, every time you're going around a wall, you have to kind of observe first, like, and also going back to understanding the maps and the spawn points. If you have a feeling that guys are going to be over there, even though it's the weirdest spot, like why would they be over there? Guess what? There's a good chance they are over there. So you have to slow down, check and see if there's people there. Even better yet, scope down real quick. Every time you go around a corner or a wall, just scope down, see if anybody's there, and then go. There's too many people that are just constantly, it doesn't even have to be about going around a corner, but somebody can come around a corner to you, and if you're constantly running, you're not scoped, your gun is not even straight, you're still sprinting. So getting to pull that trigger after sprinting takes like, I think a half a second. That half a second is huge. That is a huge deal. You need to slow down your pace of play. I know you guys don't want to, and it's just like, I just love running under. Just try it out. I bet you it helps you. Now, the final tip I can give you has nothing to do with Call of Duty. It's kind of a twofer right here. Is your thought process is critical in Call of Duty. You need to be constantly on the alert. It's less about pointing and shooting and more about strategically placing yourself in vital positions. Okay? Strategically placing yourself in vital positions. Tell yourself that, because it is a big one. Alright? Being a good Call of Duty player is more mental than anything else. You have to constantly be using your head. Alright? And I guess the other part of this is just have fun, guys. You're playing Call of Duty. I don't know about you, but I use Call of Duty as a stress reliever. It takes all my stress away, man. I love playing Call of Duty. I love playing video games. They're just something fun and truly awesome to do. We're at such a great time in human history. We could play video games for fun. That is awesome. Okay? So please, guys, take my tips, listen to me, and having fun is most important. That's why you're here to play the game. Don't get too raged up over it. Yeah, I get pissed off sometimes too. And the game does frustrate me from time to time, but you gotta think about it being like, man, life could be so much worse. Listen to my tips, guys. They will help you out. They will make you a better Call of Duty player, okay? Now, this was my first non-live commentary, so leave in the comments whether you prefer live or non-live commentary. And guys, don't forget, smash that like button, click subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.